Hello everyone, this is Manoj. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will show you how you can create a React application and use fetch method to get all the records from SQL Server using Web API project. So today we will going to do all this. For that we are using a React application, a Web API project and SQL Server. Alright. So I'm using here an existing Web API project. If you know how to create a Web API project, that's great. And if you don't know, then no need to worry. I have already created a complete video on how to create a Web API project. I'll place link of this video in the description box. Also, you will get it from the I button. Alright. So let's create the React application first. For that, just open command prompt and just select the location where you want to create the React application. Let's say D drive, and in D let's create a folder React app with Web API project. Alright, now go inside this folder and here we will create our React application. For that we have to write npx, then create -react -app, and then we have to give our application name. For example, my React app. Hit enter. So it will create our complete application having all the file and folders and other stuff, all the dependencies, all the environment like Node.js. So for that it needs some time to create all these dependencies and other stuff. Alright, so let's wait for a while and it will complete, then we'll proceed for the further video. So now we have created our React app successfully. Alright, let's go to this particular location, React app with Web API project. Let me open my Explorer, D drive, and the name of the application is React app with Web API. React app with Web API project. Alright, my React app. And here you can see we have node modules, public folder, src folder. Alright, so this is our React app. Now we have to open this folder in Visual Studio Code. For that you will need Visual Studio Code IDE. If you don't have Visual Studio Code in your machine, go to Google Chrome browser, just type download Visual Studio Code and install it. Alright, so let me open it in Visual Studio Code. For that you just need to write command from this particular location, and after that just write code dot, hit enter. It will open your project in Visual Studio Code. So now we can see our welcome page. Let me close it. So this is our app. We have node modules, public, src folder. Alright, let me expand this src folder, also public folder. So in our source folder we have app.js. Alright, so this is our default content which we will get when we create our React application. Alright, so that is the initial phase of our application. So let me just run it. For that I just need to open a terminal and here I need to write npm start. Okay, hit enter. It is starting our development server. So here you can see localhost colon 3000. So this 3000 is the default port. Alright, so this is our default interface. So let's go back to Visual Studio Code. You can see this is our logo, this is, and you can see edit source slash app.js and save to reload. So this string is coming from here. All right. So this is our default content. Great. Let me just change something over here. Okay, let's change the content only. This is my first React app. Let me save it. Go back to browser. You can see this is my first React app. Okay. So now we will write some code to get data from SQL Server. All right. For that, we have to create a folder inside the source folder. Let me click on source and then this one, new folder, and give it name like components. All right. In the component folder, select component folder and create a new file, that is employee.js. all right. Now inside this employee.js we have to write code to get data from SQL Server. We have to write a call which will hit our web API project, and then web API project hit the SQL Server to get data and then return to React app. All right. For that I have already created some code just to save the time. Let me just copy and paste it here. So this is the code. Let me explain. First, we need to import React and component from React. After that, we have imported button, form and table from React.bootstrap. And finally, we have imported Axios from Axios. So let me remove it because we don't need to use that. We are using fetch, so we don't need that. After that, I have created a class component, all right, which is extending React.component. In that component, I have created a constructor which is accepting props, and then we have to call our super method, right? And in the constructor, I have created a state, and in the state, like employee, we have an empty array, all right? So at the initial level, we have declared our employee as blank array, all right? After that, I have created a get employee list method. Here we are using fetch. We will give our web API project URL here. It will hit the URL, get the response, and then whatever response we are getting, we are converting that response into JSON, and then we are passing that particular JSON to our employee object. All right. So we are resetting our employee state. So at the initial level, when constructor calls, employee is a blank array, but when we hit this fetch call, then we will modifying the employee as data, whatever we are receiving from this URL. All right. Now this is component did mount. This is our React lifecycle method. So this will call immediately after the constructor call. All right. So once it will get called, it will call this get employee list, and here we will hit that particular URL and get the response. All right. Now after component did mount, we have our render method. All right. So after component did mount, render will be called. So once render method will be called, then we are setting this employee from the state method. All right. Sorry, state property. So whatever we have in the state, as we are having employee in the state, so we are assigning this employee to this employee. All right. So after that, we are returning a simple JSX code. This is the header. All right. After that, I have declared a table having two columns, ID and name. And in the body section, we are using map method. Map what does? Let me tell you. Employee.map, then employee tr, that is for row. We need a unique value for every row. So for that, we have declared key as ID. ID is unique in our case, so we have given key as ID. All right. Now we are using two TDs, it means two columns. In our first column we are displaying ID, and in the second column we are displaying name. Alright, so this map method will automatically create rows and TDs for our table. Alright, after that we are exporting this employee component. I hope you have cleared about this. Now this is for employee.js. Now go to our app.js. Here we need to import this employee.js component in our app.js. Alright, let me import it. Import employee from components employee. Now let me remove all this from this app div and simply employee. Fine, let me save it. Let's go to our browser. See, no data is coming. Now let's run this. Our API is already running. Let me go to our Postman and let me get some records. Yes, API is giving us records. Now let me copy this URL, go back to VS Code, employee.js, and just change this URL to a. Now go back to browser, refresh it. Let me open F12, go to console. Here you can see this API URL from origin localhost 3000 has been blocked by CORS policy, no access control allow origin. So that is a common issue which we will face when we trying to access any web API from our React application. All right, for that we have to make some changes in our API. So let's go back to our API. Let me stop it. Let me go back to our Solution Explorer, right click on it and click on manage NuGet packages. All right, now we just need to write CORS, click on browse. So here this one, Microsoft ASP.NET Web API.CORS. We have to install this one. Let me click on install. It will ask some permissions. We have to allow it. Okay, I accept. So the package has been installed. Now go to Solution Explorer again, expand app.start, click on web API config. Here we have to import a namespace system.web.http.cors, and in our register method we have to write some code like where cors equal new enabled cors attribute, and here we have to pass the three parameters: origin, headers and method. Origin I'm passing star, it means we need to accept all the requests coming from anywhere. Headers also star, anything we are expecting, and also method we are passing star. All right, and finally config dot enable cors. All right, let's save it. Let's build it again. Build succeeded. Let me start this web API project. It is opening. once it get loaded, we'll try it by Postman. Okay, let's try it once again. We are receiving data. All right, now go to our browser again. So now, after enabling CORS in our web API project, let me again go back to our browser. Okay, let me hit localhost 3000. Here you can see we are getting our records, whatever is there in our SQL server. All right, let me also open your developer tools, go to console. So you can see now we don't have that error, CORS allow cross origin resources. All right, so let me again go to Visual Studio Code. Let me recap. We have created our React application, and then in the source folder we have created our components folder, and inside it we have created an employee.js file. All right, inside employee.js we have declared a class component. All right, then a constructor, and we have created a simple method which containing the fetch call of this employee get employee method. It is returning all the employee list, and then we are passing this response to our employee by using this dot set state. It means now employee is having the data which is coming from this URL. All right, then component did mount, it will immediately called after this constructor call. And finally we have our render method. Whatever data we are getting from this method, we are passing to our render method using this dot state, and then we are simply using employee.map and creating rows and columns. So that's it. I hope you liked the video. If you did so, kindly share and comment. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, go and subscribe so that whenever I post this kind of videos, you will get the notification at the earliest. So see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.